for this video, we are going to talk about graphing linear equations using intercepts. So we already talked about the first two methods in graphing linear equations, and this will be the last method that you may use in graphing linear equations. So how do we graph linear equations using the intercepts? Okay, so as we all know, there are two kinds of intercepts that we already talked about, the x and y intercept. So basically, by using this method, we will find the value of the x and y intercept for us to graph the given linear equation. So let's say we have 3x minus 2y equals 2. So let's say this is the given linear equation. And we will be finding the value of its x and y intercept para mag-graph natin siya. So we will be looking for the x-intercept. And we should remember now, when we look for the x-intercept, we will assume na the value of y in the given linear equation is always equal to 0. And then when we look for the value of the y-intercept, ganun din. So we will assume naman na the x in the linear equation is always equal to 0. Para ma-solve natin yung x-intercept and y-intercept ng given linear equation natin. So let's solve first the value of the x-intercept. So using the equation 3x minus 2y equals 2, we will substitute the value of y to this given equation. So we have 3x minus 2. Yung value ng y is 0. So, substitute natin siya. So, minus 2 quantity 0 equals 2. And then we have 3x. Then, multiply natin si negative 2 times 0. Or 2 times 0 or minus 2 times 0. It will be all equal to 0. So, para hindi na masyadong maging mahaba yung solution mo, you can just cancel this out. Okay? Kasi 0 lang naman din yung lalabas. Now, we have 3x equals 2. For us to get rid of 3, we need to divide both sides of the equation by 3. So, the value of x is 2/3. When we write that, it should be in ordered pair kasi we will looking for x-intercept. And as we all know, x-intercept, hindi naman natin siya mag-graph na ang given lang is yung x-coordinate. So, the x-intercept in this given number 1 should be written in ordered pair na form. So, it should be like this. 2/3 and then the value of your y is 0. So, si x-coordinate mo, yun yung sinolve mo, which is 2/3. Si y-coordinate mo, you already assume na y is equal to 0. So, 2/3 and 0 is your x-intercept. Now, solve naman natin yung y-intercept. So, si y-intercept, assume natin when we solve for the value of y-intercept that x is equal to 0. So, papalitan natin si x dito sa given linear equation ng 0. So, we have 3 times quantity 0 minus 2y equals 2. And then 3 times 0, you can just cancel it out. Kasi 3 times 0, any number that you multiply by 0 is equal to 0. And then, maiiwan si negative 2y equals 2. For us to get rid of negative 2, divide natin both sides by negative 2. Okay, cancel. The value of our y is 2 divided by negative 2. That will be equal to negative 1. And it should be written in ordered pair na form like the x-intercept. So, it will become like this. Your x-coordinate is 0. Ayan, 0 siya. And then, yung y-coordinate is yung sinolve mo, which is negative 1. So that's it. We now have our x and y intercept. Kapag na-solve na natin yung x and y intercept, we can now graph this given linear equation. So, lipat tayo sa kabila. Let's first graph our x-intercept. So, 2/3 and 0. So, i-estimate na lang natin yung 2/3, no? Before 1, hatiin natin sa tatlo yung 1, and then 2/3, let's say, andito siya. By the way, x-intercept should be along the x-axis, y-intercept should be along the y-axis. So, let's say, ayan siya, yung x-intercept natin. That is 2/3 and then 0. How about our y-intercept? So, yung y-intercept natin is 0, -1. So, 0, -1 along the y-axis. 0, -1. Right after nyo ma-plot yung points, you should connect the points. So, ayan, let's say, na-connect na natin. So, this will be the graph of the first linear equation. So, lagyan na lang natin. So, this is the graph of 3x minus 2y equals 2. So, that is how you graph our first given. How about another given linear equation? So, let's say the given is 2 times quantity x minus y equals 4. So, if the given is like this, you need to make it into the standard form of linear equation, which is ax plus by equals c. So, we need to get rid, in short, of this parenthesis. Para mawala yung parenthesis, we need to distribute 2 to each variable here inside the parenthesis. So, will be 2 times x is 2x, 2 times negative y, it will become negative 2y equals 4. Okay, tapos, right after natin ma-distribute, you're going to use yung answer mo for you to graph. I mean, i-disregard nyo na yung given, and yung gagamitin nyo na given is yung nakuha nyong equation right after nyo distribute yung 2 to the terms inside the parentheses. Okay na siya, naka-standard form na si 2x minus 2y equals 4. Now, just like what we did earlier, we will look for the x-intercept, wherein your y is equal to 0 here, and then your y-intercept, wherein your x is equal to 0. So, solvein natin yung value ng x-intercept. Assuming that y is equal to 0, para ma-solve natin yung x, we have 2x minus 2 times quantity 0, kasi yung y mo is equal to 0, is equal to 4. Okay? And then, we have 2x, negative 2 times 0, it will be cancelled. Okay? Kasi 0 lang naman yung lalabas. Or kahit na ang gawin nyo is minus 2 times 0, it will become minus 0. 0 lang din yung lalabas. So, just cancel it out. And then, sulat na lang natin is equals 4. Then, to get rid of 2, divide natin both sides by 2. X now is equal to 4 divided by 2, or 4 over 2, is simply written as 2. Then, sulat natin siya in ordered pair. We have 2 as our x-coordinate, na sinolve natin. Yung y coordinate natin, we already assumed that it is 0. Okay? Now, how about the y-intercept? So, kapag sinolve naman natin yung y-intercept, we assume na x is equal to 0. So, 2 times quantity 0, kasi x is equal to 0, minus 2y equals 4. So, 2 times 0, it is cancelled, no? 0 na yung answer dyan. So, we should rewrite na lang yung negative 2y equals 4. To get rid of negative 2, divide natin sa negative 2. So, y now is equal to 4 over negative 2 is equal to negative 2. And we need to write our x or our y-intercept in ordered pair na form. So, the x-coordinate is 0, the y-coordinate is negative 2. So, right after natin ma-solve si x-intercept and si y-intercept, we can now graph our ordered pair here in our Cartesian plane. So, the first is the x-intercept, which is 2, 0. X-intercept along the x-axis. 2, 0 is here. So, dun siya, 2, 0. How about your y-intercept is 0, negative 2. Y-intercept is along the y-axis. So, andito siya. 0, negative 2. And then right after you plot the points, connect the 2 points. And this will be now the graph of the given linear equation, which is 2x minus 2y equals 4. So that's it. That is how you graph linear equations using intercepts.